What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train. As usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got another newcomer here, my guy Josh. Josh, what's up with you, man?
What's going on? Glad to be here. Glad to be here and part of the talking conversation.
Appreciate you. And as y'all can see, y'all know him, you love him. You see him damn near every time you come on the video. Chris, how's everything with you, baby?
What's good, bro? How you, fam?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Side note, before we kind of close off, I had a bet with a homeboy. He said the Spurs are gonna have a better record than the Lakers. Um, Next season. What's y'all thoughts on that? Because I gladly took that bet.
He said the Spurs would have a better record than the Lakers.
Yeah.
Sound like free money to me.
That's way free money. That's way free money.
I wanted to be decent. I put down $100 on it, so I expect to get that next season. Just know though, if I don't get that $100 because it's like some Braun BS, I'm going to be livid. Like, oh my god, you think I don't like this man already?
Nah, I can't see the Spurs making. They're gonna be all right, but I can't see them. I look for the Lakers to be a playoff team again this year. I don't see the Spurs making it to the playoffs. I think the Lakers have a lot of all season stuff they need to figure out themselves, but
Do
the
we?
Spurs.
Do we?
And see, if you were wondering why I haven't talked about us, because we don't know who the hell we got on our team yet.
We don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to start. Oh, can I? I just got to ask you this one time though, for the one time, maybe
Mhm.
two questions. Is Austin, does Austin Reeves deserve 100 M's, dog? Because I ain't gonna hold you, Josh. At the start, bro, when people were talking about 50 M's, hey, I was like, we're paying who? What? Nah, chill out. But then he started hooping a little bit. I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
maybe over 4 years, 50 might be cool. Like, I might be all right with that. Then they started saying 80. And I'm like, my chest started caving in a little bit. I'm like, you know what? This starting to hurt too much. Pineapples. I don't like this. Like, and then they started to say 100. And then it's just like, you know what? At this point in time, y'all really trying to lose me as a fan right now. So I'm like, for you, where do you stand on this Austin Reeves narrative and getting paid?
I can't see 100. That looks a little bit too much. I might could do 80, 70, 80. That might look
Maybe
appropriate,
60.
but huh?
50,
Maybe
I would
60.
love.
60 would be great, but I'm just saying, that the market is changing every year. And a player, I guess I don't have his numbers. I hadn't looked at what he had produced at like for his averages.
Mhm.
But he was a good option. I think, the game one or game two against Memphis put up 20.
Mhm.
And he played like the player he should have been. He played well, had enough offense, can get to the line, consistent free throw shooter. I can't see 100, but the Lakers, I think at the end of the season, they did say they're prepared to match any offer for. So
I,
it's
I,
it's gonna be interesting. But I think the Lakers need to learn from what they did wrong and not bring back that team that they should have had. I think Dennis Schroeder is definitely a player that they need to keep. Um, D'Lo did play bad a little bit. Did play not up to par in that Denver series, but I think you have to look at the whole aspect of who he was in the playoffs, and I think the Lakers would be kind of foolish not to want to bring him back.
yeah, I can understand why someone doesn't want to bring him back, but with someone like D'Lo, my only trepidation with bringing back D'Lo is if you're trying to match Austin Reeves.
Mm,
That tells me that we are investing into him as an organization.
yeah.
Which means if you're going to pair him with someone like D'Lo, unless you're saying D'Lo, bring your ass off this bench, champ. Like, I can't say D'Lo and Austin Reeves is going to work as a duo. I like my teams to have a little balance. Like I do, for example, going back to the Suns, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. I might question it a little bit. Offensively, they great. Defensively, though, could have some question marks.
Yeah.
But at least D Book has shown the capabilities to defend. He not a scrub. Bradley Beal not either. D'Lo and Reeves, they don't give me the same offensive potency those two do. And I gotta say, those other duo on the Sun might be better defensively than our duo for the Lakers. So if we're gonna invest in Reeves,
Mm-hmm.
I would see us not bringing back D'Lo. But if we bring back D'Lo, we got to ship off Reeves because if other people are trying to match him, if someone trying to give him 100 mil, like we can finesse that, I think. But that's my only trepidation with it. Do you feel like that we can win the championship next season if we bring in someone like a Fred VanVleet?
The Lakers?
Yeah.
The Lakers are always a team that has, a lot of conversation surrounding them. It could be they have the worst team. It's like, oh, who's on the Lakers? They could have a great team, and it's now, are the Lakers competitive?
Mm.
Now, I think Fred VanVleet is an unrestricted free agent.
Yes.
I
He's a
think
real
a player his caliber is going to want to look at making around $30 million a year.
I would think so, considering the fact that he's making 85 over 4 off his last contract.
So the Lakers could bring in Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet can shoot the ball. He gets in, dribble drive, oop to 80. I mean, it looks pretty solid. Now, if the Lakers are competitive for a championship,
Mhm.
that determines all on one player. And do you know who that player is?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yes.
If he can play like the Anthony Davis when he was getting them boards, I think he had a 30-20 game, and he had like 15 rebounds. He averaged double-digit
Yes, some
rebounds
disgusting
for a
numbers.
stretch.
Yeah.
If he can play like that Anthony Davis, the Lakers very well should be competing for a championship. Now, his health needs to keep up with that as well.
Yeah. I see. Health is a big thing for AD.
And
I also
Braun.
feel like too,
And
though.
Braun. And Braun.
Yeah, but I also feel like too, though. I don't think that Braun has like actually scaled back. Now you can say, well, that's because AD hasn't taken the reins from him. But if we're always saying, okay, well, I'm expecting you to do this, I need you to do that, blah 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 blah. I'd like coaching at some point in time, like, hey, look, let's scheme this here. Like, let's do this here. Like, let's start getting this brother's more confidence because I don't necessarily know if he's confident in his abilities within the NBA personally as Anthony Davis. Now he's confident in his abilities to defend. That man can defend his ass off at the rim. Like in playoffs, I understand he struggled offensively, but defensively, that I think Anthony Davis is showing people he might want to just be the second option, and that can be okay. That can be okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we are gonna be winning the next season, especially if we bring in someone like a Fred VanVleet.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fred, yeah, okay, Fred shoots the ball. I give you that. Fred play makes pretty good. I'll give you that. Fred shoot 39% from the field for a career though. Like, and he's 6'1". So respectfully, I'm gonna run his little ass off the 3-point line, and then he becomes less effective. Now you talk about the playmaking, but when I'm passing the ball, it's going to either Anthony Davis, LeBron James on the wing, which I'm okay with that brother shooting the three, or maybe Austin Reeves. But I want you to pass the ball. Like I don't like the balance that we would get if we get Fred VanVleet personally, and I feel like it's going to be too tricky. Like I don't think we should have gotten to the Western Conference Finals this past playoffs. Like if Steph has Andrew Wiggins show up, we lose. Like I projected we were going to lose that series. I didn't think he was going to have too many people show up. So, like I don't know if we're going to win a championship this series, like this year. I got to see a lot of improvements from us this season because I won't overly impressed. I like the fact that we got over the hump, but I'm also thinking too, damn, bro. At the beginning of the season, I'm thinking we're contenders. Like we have contending talent.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but like I said, I ain't want to get too in the weeds on us because we don't know who we have. But my final question for you, kind of circling around the Lakers, who y'all got between Austin Reeves and Alex Caruso? Like, who would you rather have on your squad right now?
If I knew you was going to pick that. If I'm him, I'm going with Caruso. But if I need another bucket go getter to help out Bron and AD, I'm picking
Austin
AR.
Reeves. Okay. Okay. Josh, how you feeling?
That's a tough one. You can look at it from a business standpoint, from whatever standpoint. If I'm looking at a business standpoint, I know I'm gonna get Crusoe for cheaper.
Mhm.
True.
If I'm looking at it from what do I want in the next three, if it all depends on what the Lakers are looking at and how far their strategic plan is. Because if they're planning for the next 6 years, they're going to want to have a player who they can kind of keep and that they know how to work. They're going to try to keep building with him. Caruso is a player. Um, he knows his role.
Right.
Reeves is a player who has a role, but tends to pick up if there's slack on other people's part.
Mhm.
So if it really depends if they need a bucket getter, which they probably will go after Caruso. I mean not Caruso,
Reeves.
Reeves more than Caruso because of what how Reeves has shown up, especially with this year.
Mhm. I'll give you that. Yeah. Like I can't be mad at the man hoop. I mean, he did improve. Um, I mean, I ain't trying to slander the man. I'll just leave it at that. He played well. He hit shots. He
Yeah,
showed up. I'm curious. I just want to see consistency from him. So like this one year was cool. Next year, does he dip? Like more people put more eyes on you, more footage
yeah,
now. Watch and see, observe. Like we know he gonna drive, hit that little spin, pump fake weight. Like he's not the most athletic, so he's gonna be cerebral. Okay, well I know how players are when I'm guarding them, and I know they're cerebral. Okay, I'm gonna stop. They might be a little quicker than me, but I know they're not gonna do certain things because I get like eventually you get more footage on folk and you can figure out. All right, well this is how they like to play. This is the thing. So I just want to see his progression, his tendencies. I know he's a solid IQ player. So I personally might go Caruso because of that business stance that you were talking about. I think end of day, I can probably find somebody. If we're talking about 100 M's, I can find somebody who's better than Austin Reeves
yeah,
because I can get that two-way ability from somebody at 100 M's that also give me 20 a game. You can talk about the IQ and all that stuff, but personally, I don't view Austin Reeves as better than like the starter. I don't see him as the third option on the championship team, but that I could be wrong. I don't know everything. He proved me wrong a little bit this season, so we'll see how it shakes. But I just wanted to ask that because again, I got some fellas who like at least I got one boy who loves himself some Austin Reeves. So I just wanted to ask that. I was just curious. I didn't know if I was crazy or not. But fellas, I greatly appreciate this. I appreciate y'all coming on the show. Chris, you already know how this. So you already know how this goes. So I mean, and you already gave people some thoughts later on at the end of the show on AMP. So Josh, you got anything you want to say before we close up shop?
nah, man, I'm just glad to be here and pitching my thoughts and efforts when I can.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. You're definitely more than welcome to come on the show anytime. If you ever got some topics you want to talk about, get off your chest, feel free. You're more than welcome. With that, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed it and tune in next time. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.